my top 5 rookies to draft on Underdog Fantasy. Before we get to this 5-pack of players, we have got to talk about the easiest place to play fantasy football this summer, and that's Underdog Fantasy. Are you ready to get in on $10 million in total prize money? Then you need to be playing on Underdog Fantasy. Their Best Ball Mania 3 contest is already live, and they are dropping new tournaments constantly. All you have to do is go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the Underdog Fantasy app today and draft a team. It's that easy. No waivers, no trades, and no in-season management. Underdog Fantasy gives you the best scores every week, and the highest scores at the end of the year win. And this summer is the perfect time to get started because number 1, it's never too early to be thinking about fantasy football. Number 2, last year's Best Ball Mania 3 champion drafted their team in June. So get your first deposit up to $100 match when you sign up with the promo code FantasyPros. That's the promo code FantasyPros. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4 free entries into Best Ball Mania 3 right there. So what are you waiting for? Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the Underdog Fantasy app today, sign up with the promo code FantasyPros, and draft your Best Ball Mania 3 teams today. Now let's get to talking about these rookies. All right, number 5, Traylon Burks. Wide receiver 43, 88th overall on Underdog Fantasy. Burks, we know the opportunity is there, we know the draft capital is there, and the talent is there. All these asthma concerns are slowly fading into the background, and we see him balling out in training camp. We can't forget that Traylon Burks is an uber talented rookie. 92nd percentile college dominator and target share. He was 17th and 3rd in yards per route run over the last 2 collegiate seasons, 13th and 4th in yak per reception over that time. Basically, the name of the game for the Titans needs to be get the ball in Traylon Burks' hands any way you can. He saw about 22% of his collegiate targets on screens while at Arkansas. All this means is Ryan Tannehill, this is layup yards for days. Don't sleep on Traylon Burks' upside in this offense, even though I do understand it's run first. Number 4, James Cook. Now, I understand we have a little bit of worries about the running backs in the Buffalo Bills offense, their touchdown equity, things like that. And I understand in redraft, you might be wondering or scared about when do I start James Cook? What do I do with him on a weekly basis? You don't have to worry about these things in Underdog Fantasy. No waivers, no trades, no in-season management to worry about at all. You just draft your team, and Cook, when he blows up on these weeks, he's automatically in your lineup. And he's a player that I really want a lot of exposure to. RB35, 104th overall. He has been 9th and 28th in yards per route run amongst all collegiate running backs over the last 2 years. 65% of the Buffalo Bills plays last year when games were close were passing plays. So the sub back in this offense is the player we want. I get Devin Singletary has not been a bad NFL player. He's been efficient. He breaks tackles. He has been bad as a pass protector and in the passing game. This is where James Cook comes in. And Cook on a pass first, a pass heavy, and an explosive offense is going to gobble up targets for days from Josh Allen, especially near the red zone possibly. On a team that's been 12th and 10th in red zone passing rate of the last 2 years, even if he doesn't get a huge share of their early down work, it does not matter. This team wants to throw, and they're going to be doing it with James Cook on the field. All right, number 3. I'm not going to shut up about this player. Keep talking about him. Got to mention him here. Sky Moore. If Mecole Hardman would have never been drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs, everybody wouldn't be having all these PTSD about a second-round wide receiver going to Kansas City, and what do we do with him? I mean, we legitimately need to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, wow, who is Sky Moore surrounded by on this depth chart after Travis Kelce? Okay, a declining slot wide receiver that's on a 1-year deal, a 9-route specialist who runs really fast and has big issues with drops, and a former, just mentioned, second-round pick who has never been able to establish himself in this offense. That's Sky Moore's competition. So we need to understand the upside that he presents. For a player that, yes, he came from a small school, you're not having to pay up for him in drafts. He's wide receiver 47, 97th overall. And this small school production is massive for him. He balled out. 8th in yards per route run amongst all collegiate wide receivers with 50 more targets last year. 16th in yards after catch and 1st in missed tackles forced. Andy Reid has talked about those running back legs, and guess what? They can break some tackles. Invest in Sky Moore right now. His ADP is just going to climb. You need to be targeting him right now before everybody wises up. Number 2. Another ballyhooed rookie. Breece Hall is going as RB18, 42nd overall, and it is justified. It is worth the cost, and there is still meat on the bone for him to outperform that ADP. The Jets last year, their offensive line is being slept on. Last year, they were 11th in open field yards, and this is massive for Breece Hall. In this outside zone running scheme, Breece Hall has explosion for days and big play opportunities. The Jets utilized outside zone runs on 39% of their snaps last year, and you have Hall, who is a hand-in-glove fit for this type of system. 4.1 yards after contact mark last year in college, and a blistering 36% missed tackle rate on these type of runs. Breece Hall has the talent to be this year's breakout running back amongst all these rookies and crush for us in fantasy and best ball. Because look, we want big plays, and Breece Hall can give them to us. Okay, number 1. You know I love him. You know I got to talk about him. He's got to be number 1 on this list because the talent is there and he has alpha upside. He has the ability to be this year's version of Jamar Chase. I get that the offense isn't as great, but we got to mention Drake London here. Number 1 on my list, wide receiver 37, 73rd overall on Underdog Fantasy. We're here talking about a rookie wide receiver that could get a 25, 26, 27% target share in this Atlanta Falcons offense when he is competing with only Kyle Pitts at the top for the lead on this team in targets, and that has got to perk your ears up for a player that, much like Devonta Smith in his final year in college, every team that faced USC knew what was coming. They knew on a weekly basis they were going to get one heaping dose of Drake London, and they could do nothing to stop it. He averaged a ridiculous 14.8 targets, 11 receptions, and 135.5 receiving yards per game. Let those numbers soak in for a second. Those are ridiculous alpha numbers, and he has that type of upside in his first year in the league. He has also shown the ability to win both against man and zone coverage. Per PFF, he was 12th in yards per route run against man coverage last year, 2nd in yards per route run against zone coverage. Drake London is that dude. He can be a stud for us this year, and he is the top rookie that I will be gobbling up on Underdog Fantasy. All right, before we get out of here, remember, if you want a chance to win a signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling Kansas City Chiefs jersey, courtesy of our friends at Pristine Auction, you need to subscribe to the FantasyPros YouTube channel right now. Comment below on this video, and that's it. We'll be announcing a winner right here on the channel, so make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize. Enjoy all the great content at Fantasy Pros, get to drafting, and enjoy best ball season.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our featured videos. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Fantasy Pros, so you can get the latest news and updates to give you the edge you need in your fantasy league.